comes up now, the 1967 Barracuda. In the Hodge Ford lane, Brian Corrigan rolls up next to him in that very clean Chevrolet Malibu. Super Street Small Block is the category. And the Malibu will lead the Barracuda down the racetrack. 10.66, 133, but the Barracuda made a move to the top end and got around him. 10.20 and 134 for Ray.
Well, if you like Pontiac or Chrysler, here's a pair for you. There's a 440 in the front of that Barracuda and a 517 cubic inch Pontiac engine in the front of the 1965 GTO here in the TS Performance Lane.
No, that's the first GTO I think we've seen all these.
You and I have seen a lot of GTOs, all the late model LS stuff. This is a Pontiac-powered Pontiac through and through, and it is a classic Detroit iron battle out there. It looks like the Mopar is going to have just enough. Go and 16. Ray Myers and Clark Ross's Tangle come to the starting line. Clark and the Camaro we talked about earlier have been having some issues getting that chassis dialed in. And Ray Myers in his familiar primered, nice wheel stand for Ross Tangle. Turbocharged engine. 957 with a 9, 141. I spoke to him.
Against the new generation Mustang in the AAA lane. A couple of beautiful rides here, Trip in the tree. They're in the staging lanes. Look at that Cuda pull the front wheels hard off the line right there. The Mustang squats and goes.
That's Ray Meyer in the Barracuda. That thing has a late model Hemi in it.
Break time.
We got 22 minutes left.
Steep rear end gear, it is a really good option for you.
My Super B runs a little bit quicker if I go first, second overdrive rather than first, second, third, because there is such a big gap in the torque flight.
You split the gear,
exactly.
The gear ratio. I got
you. Yep. So it keeps it up in the RPM range. Oh, the live feed is going to some of the cars in the lanes now. Nice.
That wagon you can see, if you're looking at your screen, there's that Nova wagon, that blue wagon on the right side. That's Frank Sapernaro from the East Coast. That car is absolutely gorgeous. It ran in the high 7s last night, I believe at 170 odd miles an hour. He built the thing himself. It is an absolute showpiece. Not to look past the primer Barracuda, which David's drooling over, but that wagon is really, really good.
Human suffering. Yes. That's what it's about. On Roadkill, me and Mike Finnegan just do stupid things with cars, most of which punish us.
Yes,
physically.
There is that.
Yeah, it's a lot of changing engines in parking lots in the middle of nowhere, and for no reason. Right. Like we did the thing where we hauled a boat to a lake.
It is also things going. The J letter. You're going to see a letter behind all these numbers. The J letter stands for gas car.
It's an N is an A gas.
N is A gas.
That's totally wrong.
You made it a letter adjustment in the Mustang.
Yeah, that does not seem to be one of our new gasser class cars.
So time to get things kicked off here, get an indication of what kind of traction we got out there as both drivers have fully staged up. Chris black color, 106 in the 8th mile, and the Barracuda goes down the AAA lane, goes 10 away 5 on the road. Roadkill show. I'm an NHRA announcer guy, and I do all kinds of junk on the internet, and they invite me to show up here every year, so it's good. This is a spot that I was standing about 7 days ago, so back again after the U.S. Nationals. The board is going to be here. Brian, he's David, and unless you love us, and stay with us until Saturday, because we're going to be here every day till then.
All right, let's have a look at some cars going down the track.
Ray Myers heads down 10-19-7, 132.
He should just keep rolling on the thing.
Yeah, that's, what could go wrong there? As we have our first car coming into the water box, and is the man who gets here and has gotten to the last couple of tracks way before sunrise, Kurt Johnson, a 632 cubic inch big block Chevy in the front of this Fox Mustang, with the steam wafting out of the front of the thing as he gets his burnout on here. And Ray Myers is going to be lined up next to him. Myers in the flat black Barracuda on the Alston side. So the very first pair of the day, and Kurt Johnson, who has won this event multiple times in different categories, was not planning on taking this car. He had a boosted Mustang he'd been working on. Unfortunately, ran out of time for the thing. So he decided he was going to take the Mustang that has treated him so well over the years, and he's going to take the car. Here goes Kurt Johnson. 11.60 with the 9, 118 for the Monte Carlo. And this, you never want to see a guy out there lose power on the racetrack, because it means things can get really dicey for him trying to get to the next track. Speaking of that, tell the story. Last night we come out of that toll booth. We were following Walt Hurd, and he was putting out a pyrotechnics display going down the road.
Oh, yeah, banging and farting hard. I have no idea what was wrong with the car, but he seemed pretty unconcerned.
Well, I'll tell you what, our mentality on this thing is pretty sick and twisted as well, because what we did was we sat behind him and you took video to see if we could get a video of it shooting fire out of the exhaust. We had a lot of concern for him, too. Ray Myers coming up again. It's Myers in the primered up Barracuda. And here's the Chevy 2 launching off the Alston side of the strip with a very narrow little tire in the back. About a 9-inch wide slick on the back of that car. Ray Meyer goes 10-21-6. The car, and luckily the driver was fine. The car was relatively, I guess, undamaged, because I saw some photos of it today, but it was way deep into the swamp.
Finish it to come and make some fun runs, and he is going to do that. And of course, looking for that pass that will be the quickest street licensed car on earth. You got to get into that subtle nuance.
Yes, you got to go into that nuance there. It's not good enough to just say, yeah, 595. You have to have a plate on it.
Yeah, nevertheless, Hot Rod Magazine identifies the Hot Rod fastest street car in America right here at Drag Week and right here at Gateway today. We will find out Hot Rod Magazine's fastest street car in America.
So an important note, and one we're going to keep on top of all day, the current track temperature is 126 degrees. So 126 is certainly warm, as Ray Myers goes 10-26-9-1. Ray Myers, the 1965 Barracuda. See, this is what happens when you mention the purple duster. All of a sudden, the gravitational pull change. Is Ray Myers a guy who spent a couple years riding shotgun with Eddie Miller in his car?
And is still trying to shake that reputation, by the way.
That's why he keeps coming back every year in his own Barracuda with a 428-inch Plymouth motor. Remember Ray Myers' goal at Drag Week last year? To be the first guy down the racetrack every day.
Was he?
Yeah, I believe he was.
It's all about personal goals.
He has wisened up for this year and decided to forego that, apparently. Corey Park, Three Rivers, Michigan, 1974 Duster in lime green, 340-inch small block. Ray Myers goes 996.0, 134.77, and Corey Park goes 1090 at 120. Right now, Ray Myers is going to be coming up in his Barracuda as we are going drag racing here. Day 2, Hot Rod Magazine Drag Week, presented by Gear Vendors Overdrive, live from Summit Racing Equipment Motorsports Park. Darren Pape and Ray Myers is going to lead us off. Pape in that really gorgeous 1967 Nova with the larger diameter rally-style wheels on it, and Ray Myers, the hoodless Barracuda in flat black. Remember, a couple years ago it was raining out. This thing has leaky windows, so Myers had tape over every possible inch that it could have been sealed on. Myers running in the Super Street small block naturally aspirated category, goes 986 with a 5 at 100.
Mark McCoy, that's what it is, yeah. He was actually here on day 1. I see him come.
Oh, really?
Hang out with his friends at Drag Week quite a bit, but he's brought some crazy cars. Yeah, he had a Buick Skylark that was complete sleeper, looked like trash, 1 iron cylinder head, 1 aluminum cylinder head.
Here we go. It is Tom Zengel and it is Mr. Ray Myers as we begin to kick things off here. Hot Rod Magazine Drag Week, day number 3 at US 131 Dragway here in Martin, Michigan. And Ray Myers, 2 out of 3 so far, is being the first guy down the racetrack.
Which was, of course, his goal last year. First guy down the track at every single track. You got to make your own victories.
Myers running in the Barracuda down there, and of course he is running in the Super Street small block naturally aspirated class. He goes through the 8th mile at 100. Well, he goes through the quarter mile, I should say, at 10:03.7 at 1:34.50. Wheel goes 10:92.8 at 1:27.57. Dale Edgeworth goes through 9:95.7 at 1:33.83. Ray Myers coming up now. Myers in a fairly tight race in the naturally aspirated category.
Ray Myers here in the CUDA is right on top of his small block naturally aspirated category. This is one of those very tight races. He has averaged a 9.89 throughout the week, and the second guy behind him a 9.91.
So Myers are going to go 9.89 or better out here, and he goes 9.96.5, 134. So we'll definitely see him again. Ray Myers back up again. Myers was like one of the first cars down the racetrack this morning. He and Jeff Sias are in a battle. Sias is trying to climb around Myers in the naturally aspirated small block category, and Myers is trying to hold him off. Speaking of, we have a Myers and we have a Meyer. David Myers in the 66 Belvedere with a twin turbocharged motor in it on the Chevrolet Performance side. 985.9 at 135 for Ray Myers. That is a good run for Ray Myers.
That is matching his best pass of the week.
Berlusconi goes 14.17.6 at 102.31.
Now you've got some intel on what Jeff Sias is going to do here with his tune-up, do you not?
Yeah, Sias has switched this car over to the E85 tune-up. He's going to get more aggressive with it going down the racetrack. He has 0.02 of a second, or thereabouts, I believe, to make up on Ray Myers.
Ray Myers in the black CUDA there, your current leader in Super Street small block, naturally aspirated, but his lead is only 100th over Jeff Sias in the right-hand lane. The winner of this race right here could very well determine the winner of the class.
This is the way they should all come down. These two guys going to duke it out. Red light start doesn't matter for Jeff Sias. It's all about elapsed time here. And Jeff Sias to the 8th mile is driving away from Ray Myers. Sias goes 10.13. Oh, he slowed at the top end. Myers goes 10.003, 133. Sias slows to a 10.13. Danny Roberts, 9.69 with an 8, 139. Still about 0.2 off his previous best as Norm Tangle goes 11.42 down the Sunoco side. And it's Ray Myers coming up right now. I do not see Jeff Sias back in the area where his car was pitted previously, so I'm going to make an assumption that he is in the staging lanes. Ray Myers, pre-staged. Still cannot fathom that Chris Fisher went 8.50 with a 1. Ray Myers leaves well in the Barracuda. 107 in the 8th mile. And Ray Myers goes 9.92 with a 3, 135. And so here comes Ray Myers. And the Candy Apple Red Willie's driving into the afternoon sun up here in the starting line. Few sights going on that at any direction.
Nope, not going to get a hold of the track that time. And he's going to go ahead and save it to come back again.
That is a mark of self-control and a guy who's fully aware of what he's trying to do out there. The second he had to breathe on the gas pedal, he said, nope, got to go back and try it again. 38 and Matt Donovan, 13.68 with an 8 at 95 miles per hour. So here we go.
We got Lonnie Grimm in the tower right now, showing us the way for the stick shift.
So here we go.
We got Lonnie Grimm in the tower right now, showing us the way for the stick shift showdown that's coming up next.
version of a 12-round prize fight going on here today between Jeff Sias and Ray Myers. It is like Terrence and Phillip, Ren and Stimpy, Amy and Lacey, pick your favorite tandem. These two have just been one for one, back and forth, trying to go quicker, trying to go faster. Myers trying to protect his territory, and Sias trying to snake this one from him at the very last second. In theory, you're only going to go faster from here on out. From here on out is less than 1/2 hour away. 15 minutes until the staging lanes close. 15 minutes until the lanes close as Ray Myers punches his Hemi-powered car down 10:01.9, 134 before we get our awards going tonight. So here comes the Toronto one more time. It is Greg Trapnell. Fully staged, Ray Myers. Fully staged. Trapnell waiting. There he goes. Little three-wheeled action there. Ray Myers goes 991 with an 8. That's the run Myers was looking for. 991 with an 8. 133.86. It took him all day to get there, but Ray Myers lays down a representative pass as Tyrannosaurus Rex is greeting our racers in the stage. Speeds up. Can he do it? Sias goes 997.9, 138.60. You can't say he didn't give it every flipping amount of effort he could. Wow.
How many racers here just flogged it over and over and over for that last second win?
Myers and Sias put on one of the great shows back and forth today that I think I've seen in a long time.
Fisher and Don.